guess my initial observation is it's really weird to be so unfamiliar with something that you're so familiar with. I mean, you know, as a golfer and a golf course architect, the Old Course is probably the most influential golf course to me. But then despite having ran around the Old Course and the loop path in reverse, walked it in reverse lots of times, it still was really quite strange and uncomfortable actually playing those shots and seeing how they worked in reality. So it was an educational experience.
I was so uncomfortable those first few holes. Partly because I was freezing cold and I then just, rifle hooked a 4-iron out of bounds from my first tee shot, which wasn't...
Not like you, Brucey.
Which wasn't which wasn't a great start. But, no, I mean, like, it just, as you say, you're so familiar with the visuals of it, but when you start playing in, like, different directions...
I think slappy off the
from the right to left wind, there's so much jeopardy left. When you play it in the conventional way, the left's actually the sort of safer bet, the safer bailout.
But thank you very much all for coming along. This has been something that's been in the offing for a while, and if you'll indulge me, I'll just bore you with a few stats that you can take away about the reverse. So I guess, what is the reverse all about? Well, we're proud to have a lot of firsts here at St Andrews. We're the home of golf, we're the birthplace of the game, and we're probably the first recorded reverse golf course in the world as well. It dates back to 500, 600 years ago when the golf course was taking shape out there. The shared fairways and double greens, they would change the course all the time. The next key date was probably 1870 when old Tom Morris builds the first green as we know it now. And at that point it created the counterclockwise and clockwise route. Counterclockwise is the one that we'll call the traditional one, which is the one we've seen 30 Open Championships played on.
What's the feels? I'm just trying to... Oh, there we are. There we are. I don't know what I'm trying to do.
But 1870 really changes it, and at that point in time the course changes week by week. So they play what we call a traditional route, which is counterclockwise, and then the following week they would flip it and play the reverse. And the beauty of that was, innovation is not something that's in our gift. We don't have exclusivity on it, in this day and age. It actually helped with wear pattern, it actually helped with the preservation of the golf course, and if the weather was bad, it also meant you could change up the golf course quite a bit, which is pretty cool, pretty forward thinking as well. And probably the next key date is that week by week goes forward to sort of 1904, 1908. And at that point it starts to kind of wave a bit, I think, because there's so much attraction to the traditional route. It's viewed as being more efficient, more playable, more fun. And that continues through, it sort of weans to sort of month by month they'll change it. And then in 1978, the reverse, as we know it, is effectively consigned to history, apart from high days and holidays or sporadic occasions when we brought it out of retirement. So what you guys are going to get to do tomorrow is something that a lot of people in our generation, I'm younger than I look, by the way, haven't had the opportunity to do. So I hope tomorrow you enjoy it. It is a very cool, unique experience. You can't be the first tee on the old course, but when you actually get down there and look to your left and realise you're playing at the road hole, it's a totally different proposition. And when you get out to the loop, it's pretty much madness.
Well, we're getting to play the old course, Thomas, in reverse, which I'm pretty sure Tiger is on his bucket list, so super lucky. I've got no idea what to expect, really, apart from the fact we're going to be playing the course backwards. Suspect some holes are going to be better, some holes are going to be worse. It's just a great bit of history, isn't it? So, could be a possible contender for the best day of jar life yet. Are you changing your driver shaft?
No, I've just, obviously having caught flight yesterday, I've got to make sure that the heads are back on. Top tip, that is, you always got to take adjustable heads off.
Yeah.
The bad baggage carriers nowadays get no respect.
Puts a lot of pressure on your golf, doesn't it? Just Lord of the Manor. A lot of pressure. Got absolutely nailed for the top as well, Bruce. He goes, what logo's that? County Down. Steve is like, County Down. He's like, oh, you remember? I was like, bloody hell, no.
If we just say it how it is, you really can't think of more vile conditions to play golf in than what we had out there today,
Magical? one of the most magical experiences of my life. I dreamt of playing the old course in reverse for so long. And, shot, and 40-mile-an-hour winds and piercing rain.
It was like 25 mile and 30 mile an hour winds. I had 5 layers on and was shivering the whole way around. Mills, you were even colder than I was. I mean, I felt really sorry for you. The rain started coming in and it was proper pea soup for the last 6 or 7 holes.
Bruce, talk to me about the experience.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's unique, put it that way. It is totally unique, getting the chance to play the old in reverse in the absolute dripping wet.
Sodden.
30-mile-an-hour winds and, yeah, very cold too.
Very cold.
And yeah, I'm so glad that I got the chance to go out and play that and share it with you guys, because you know, like, it's just an opportunity that's so rare, and it's like the most famous golf course in the world. And to think that we can play it in reverse, you can't think there really aren't many other golf courses I imagine out there that you could do that with. It's just a testament to just the layout and obviously, you know, the vision that Links Trust have had, and kind of keeping in mind the sort of history of this place. And yeah, it was brilliant. Despite the absolutely rancid weather, it was a brilliant day.
I know that chatting to you earlier on, Clyde, you have waited a very, very long time to do this. Did it live up to your expectation?
I think for all golf course architecture enthusiasts, I mean, playing the old course in reverse would be a top 10 experience. You know, it's something I've been certainly desperate to do, and it really did live up to expectations. You know, every single hole, just taking each hole by hole, was more compelling than I probably could have expected. The old course is already really, really, really varied in its normal layout, so even more variety, why not?